Hey, Llama here. So, you've done all your boss fights, you've done all your ascensions, you've maxed your character out as far as levels that you can achieve, you've unlocked everything, you've done all the explorer notes, all that kind of stuff. How do you max your character out to 195? How do you actually level the character up the quickest way that you possibly can? I'm going to talk to you about that today. Basically, the secret is purple drops. So we're here on Astraeos. I'm going to take you through how I do a purple drop and what my recommendation is as far as the best way to level your character as quickly as possible. So this character, this is my alt character, Drama Llama, just because I needed to name it something different to the other one. My main character is already at level 195, and today I'm going to let you in on some of the tips and tricks on how I got that character to 195 solo, and how I recommend you do it yourself. So I'll just go through a quick list of things that I'm going to take with me. So let's have a look. We have on our list of, and all will become clear as we go through, we have a toilet, we have a tech rifle, we have a tech generator. That's not necessary, or is the teleporter, but we can bring those just to show you that you can set them up and use them. If you have a tribe mate or an alternative character to load, you can zip backwards and forwards to base with those. We got these drinks called stam drainers. I'll talk a little bit more about those when we get there. Water tank, very important. Some foundations just to put stuff down on. Some element. I've got 94 element there. I've got 100 in my hotbar, and the all-important broth of enlightenment, which gives you an XP boost when you take it for I think it's 15 minutes it lasts. So definitely need some of those. Then on the hotbar, let's go through. I've got 3 behemoth gateways, 3 behemoth gates. The element I mentioned before. I have a tech force field. I've got some health brews, my binoculars, a cat karcher. So this karcher is level 450. It was popped at 362. It's had its full 88 levels added, and the reason why I'm using that is I want to do a bit of a test today. There's a rumor going around that if you use a max cat karcher like this one, then because the karcher doesn't get any more XP, all that XP goes to your character, which means killing things with the karcher is just the same as killing them with the tech rifle. I'm going to test that today. I challenge that. It really sounds like something someone's made up. So we're going to test that today and see whether that's actually true or not. And then I've got some custom food. So I've got custom drink and I've got some custom food there as well. Wearing a tech suit, that's important because there's going to be a bit of flying involved. To be honest, if you're leveling your character up to 195, you've unlocked all this stuff. Yeah, so I'm assuming that you're end game at that particular point in time. I'm also carrying a pyromane. That's not essential. They are handy though for carrying meat because obviously they get a weight reduction, so you can whack stuff in its inventory, yeah, that's a good thing too. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Let's have a fly around and have a look. I'll talk to you just briefly. So this spot here, a purple drop can spawn. We are 6056. That's one of the spots. And we're going to fly over here. Show you where I'm going on the map in this direction. So just over this lava river and down in this little spot here. This is also another spot where purple drops can spawn. So around about here, 6658. And then just over the hill here is a third spot where we've got someone already doing one there. So you can see they've got the force field over the drop. Wouldn't recommend that method, but we'll talk about that a little bit if we or when we find a drop. So that's the third drop location. So there are 2 more which we're going to scout out. So far only 1 purple drop down. On Astraeos I've seen up to 4 purple drops down at once, so it is possible. And so now we're heading up towards the back of the island, and then over here, so you can see that little structure, that's a map structure up on top there. We have down here by the ribs is another purple drop. We've got one that's down there. Someone's doing that. Wave 35 they're on. So, yeah, another person using a dome. And then over here we have, there's a red drop. Okay, this is the last location for purples. But, yeah, that's a red drop down there at the moment. So worth noting, I'm doing this on Astraeos, but you don't have to do this on Astraeos. You can do this on Extinction. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, although there's lots of rumors flying around about there's more alphas spawn on Extinction, and I've heard more alphas spawn on Astraeos and all that kind of stuff. So I don't believe there's any real difference. So I think basically what you can do here, you can do there. I do it on mine on Astraeos just because, well, you don't have fireballs landing in the middle of the day like you do on Extinction. There's one less factor. And to be honest, the terrain's just generally a bit flatter. It's a little bit easier to put gates around and sort of, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Less things for you to get hung up on. So I actually prefer it on this map. But look, if you haven't bought the map, that's fine. You can do exactly the process I'm going to show you today. You can do on Extinction with purple drops. So now the wait begins. Possibly the most painful part of purple drops is actually waiting for one to come down. Particularly, it's 2 times at the moment, so there's a lot of people scouting around for them because they're keen to get that XP on 2 times. Yeah, so if a drop comes down, it usually gets snaffled up pretty quickly. And as you've seen, as we've gone round, there are 2 drops active at the moment. Both of those are being done. So potentially a 3rd or maybe even a 4th drop still to come down. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, this us? This is us. It's a red drop. Oh dear. And so for me, that kind of definitively answers the question of which drop location is going to spawn next. I'm almost certain it's going to be down here. Okay, here we go. My guess was spot on. So we're going to hop down here, put the cartridge down, so we've got immediate protection. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 behemoth gates down, just covering the drop. I'm going to take the snap points off, because what I want to do is I want to try and get them as close as I can, but still be able to place doors. Okay, let's see if we can still place a door on that. We can. Alright, there we go. Now, shield is out. Before we place the last couple of doors, let's claim the drop. So that drop is ours. No one else is. We got some wyverns coming. That's okay. Alright, that's the first step. So we've got the drop claimed. We've got our protection from all the stuff that's going to try and attack the drop, or the majority of it at least. And now I'm going to take out these wyverns. They're probably the most important thing to get rid of. And then everything else, I'm going to kind of just leave it to attack the gates. Right, now we got 2 left. Let's see if they're going to ignore us. We can set up our little camp off to the side here. Now, the reason why I said before that the different method is I do use a force field, but I don't set it up over the drop. I use the gates around the drop. The reason why I do that is that because if you put a force field over the drop, it actually slows the drop down significantly. What happens is the creatures, instead of coming straight for the drop, they actually will get stuck, and so you'll see like stegos just kind of punching the air, which is a little bit weird, and yeah, so on and so forth. I'm going to put this down here. This is the next thing we need to do. Pop the element in it, turn it on, and I'm going to set it to maximum radius to start with, and we're just going to leave that for now and let that just do its thing. Okay, so that's that guy. We'll get another wave coming now. We're going to leave the force field there. That'll take 5 minutes to fire up. In the meantime, we can continue to kill stuff. We really want the Alpha Rexes. Now, the Alpha Rexes don't actually spawn until wave 4. So we want to get the first few waves out of the way pretty quickly if we can. This is, so we did wave 0. This will be wave 1. We've got here, so this is like the first wave where you get a decent amount of creatures, but as you can see, they're all like they're Parisers, we've got Rexes, we've got Stegos, things like that. Nothing too serious in this wave. When we get to wave 2, then we'll start seeing some Reapers, but still, again, wave 2 is still pretty light. Wave 3 is an interesting wave. I don't recall if it's the same on Extinction, but definitely on Astraeos. Wave 3 is like Reaper City. You get a lot of Reapers come, which is fine. The only thing you've got to watch for is obviously their tail swipe can knock you. So if you're using this drop location, watch out for getting knocked into the lava. That would be unpleasant. And the other thing is, when you kill them, they drop their acid, and that can do damage to your character and also your armor. Now, you'll notice I haven't taken my XP broth at this stage. I mean, look, you can. It's all XP. These are all, as you can see, level 459, level 468. These are all pretty high-level creatures, so you're getting XP from them, but for me, the XP broth is best saved for when you start getting alphas out. And yeah, that's my preference. So, but look, if you've got XP broths to spare, then you can use them anytime you want. All right, now we've got our force field up, so I'm going to wander over there. I'm going to let those things keep sort of advancing on the drop. We've got rid of all the wyverns. That's the important thing. Okay, so there we go. So we're in the dome of safety. Now I'm going to put down a water tank. And I'm going to put down a toilet. Now, if you weren't aware, the toilet itself, when you go to the toilet, you actually get a buff, which is an XP buff of around about 33%. Yeah. So putting the water tank down means that when it rains, the water tank, even though it's inside the force field, the water tank will still fill up. And then the toilet will be irrigated and you can use it. We're going to leave it for a little bit and keep clearing the rest of the waves before we get to wave 4. And then we'll be waiting for the toilet buff to come into effect. Also in the force field, if you want to, as I said, you can put down another couple of foundations. You can put down a tech generator, you can put down a small teleporter if you want to teleport backwards and forwards from the drop. But of course that will only work if you have another character, either another tribe member or another alternate character on a separate account in place to keep the drop rendered. If you teleport away from the drop and no one else is here, then the drop just disappears. All right, so toilet's in place. We're ready to go whenever we get some water supply. I'm going to keep carrying on. I'm going to carry on and continue to clear these waves. This is still wave 2. We've got the Reaper wave to happen next, and then the following wave will start getting some alphas, I imagine, and then we can start doing our testing. Now the other thing, so Reaper wave about to start. Let's just reposition stuff here. I'm going to put the tech rifle there. I'm going to put the stam drain and the broth of enlightenment down there. We'll talk about those in a sec. And that's everything we've got on our hotbar that we need. And let's wait for the next wave. There you go. Reaper City, like I said, lots of Reapers wave 3. not entirely Reapers, but it kind of feels like it. So many Reapers. Now, while we're clearing these Reapers, which is basically what it is, I'm going to talk a little bit about your food. I don't want to state the obvious, but in order to get the toilet buff, you need to be able to go to the toilet. Now, that might seem fairly straightforward, but your character cannot poo constantly. So you do have to be able to poop. That's important in order to use the toilet and to get the buff. Now, if you look at my icons on the right hand side, you can see from top to bottom you've got weight, you've got water, and you've got food. Now, if you look at the food icon, at the moment it's the same color as all the others. When my health drains or my stamina drains and then it recovers, it will consume food. So I consume food in order to heal. So you can see I'm getting smashed by Reaper acid at the moment. That's taking my health down, and my health will gradually recover and will use food in order to do that. When that happens, the food will drain, and eventually the food icon will go from the same color as all the other icons, there we go, to a white color. That was perfect timing, wasn't it? That just happened. Once it goes white, then I can use the toilet. So if we go over here and I hop on the toilet now, I'm actually able to poop, you can see. Now, I don't think we've got... no, there you go. We don't have any water yet, so it didn't work. But I did go to the toilet. We have to wait until we get some rain. But yeah, that's... and now you can see the food icon has now gone back to its normal color again. And so there are two ways of getting yourself ready to poo, because you need to get the timing right. Because you only get 2 minutes on the toilet buff, and you want that lined up perfectly so that you actually are able to... There we go, we got rain! Oh, awesome, just in time for wave 4. That's brilliant. So you want to be able to get your food drained so that you're ready to poo when you get your alphas come up. And you can see our food is now just gone white again. So that's from all the Reaper damage that we sustained in wave 3. But that's good. So now we're wave 4. We're ready. We should get some Alpha Rexes in this wave, and we can maybe we can start doing our testing. But initially, let's just kill all the other stuff that's coming towards. Again, we want to try and get the wyverns as soon as they spawn. Haven't really seen any this wave, but they've got to be here somewhere. Get the wyverns as soon as they spawn, and get pretty much as much stuff that's not a Alpha Rex out of the way before we get too caught up. There, I can see our first Alpha Rex heading in. So the Alpha Rex, you can see they're called Enraged Lightning Rexes on Astraeos, or they're called Enraged Rexes on Extinction, and they're basically just large tech Rexes is what it comes down to. So this guy, let's have a look. He is level 454. Now the level, I'm going to keep track of the level. It's rather important because of the test that I want to do. And so let's just chomp down this guy's health a little bit. We're going to get him down as low as we can. This Karcher does just over 15k damage per bite. So I'm going to wait until all these stegos and everything get a little bit closer, because I don't want to get stuck by them. But at least I can kill them while I'm getting the health of this guy down. Then I'm going to head... Oh, if I didn't get stuck. I'm going to head into my force field. And I'm going to go to the toilet. And I'm going to take my broth of enlightenment. So there's our broth. Take that first. Going to hop on the toilet. Yeah, there we go. We did not get the buff. Okay. That's because... I need to pick the toilet up and place it back down again. All right. Oh. Don't know why that didn't place. Oh, there it is. Is it irrigated? Okay, it's got water in it now. So, just, yeah, that's a good tip, actually. So make sure that if you that you place your toilet after you've got water in there. I don't think that's always a requirement, but anyway, this time looks like it was. Now we can poo, and there we go. We get the green double arrow. We get the 2 minutes of XP buff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, we're going to do the, we'll do the tech rifle first. So I'm going to have a look at my XP. There we go. And we're going to take a screenshot of that, which is a before. And then we're going to kill this guy with the tech rifle, with the 2 buffs. So he's got 15k health still. It's going to take a little while to get him down, but that's okay. There we go. All right. Now, let's have a look. Now, I'm not going to try and do the math on the spot. So we're going to have to, that's why I'm taking the screenshots, is I'll go and work out afterwards exactly how much XP we got from the rifle method. And based on the level of the Rex. So we're looking at another Rex. We're looking for close to 500 level, close to a level 500, so that we can test the Karcher method and see whether we actually get the same amount of XP from using a capped Karcher as we do for using the rifle directly. Now, this is where the stamina drain drink comes in. So if I can just go down here for a second, you can see I've got this drink called Stam Drainer. Now, I'll pop the ingredients to that up on the screen so that you can see it and you can make them yourself. Fairly simple recipe. But I'm going to take one of those, and then while we're doing the next round, you'll be able to see that my stamina will continually drain until it reaches the bottom. Now, the point of that is that, as I said, there's 2 ways of getting your food to drain, and therefore getting the being able to poo and use the toilet, get the XP buff. One of those is by reducing your health, which, as I said, if you don't have the Stam Drainer, you can just stand in the acid from the Reapers. That's one method. The other method is also to actually drain your stamina using one of these drinks. And then when your stamina recovers, you'll notice, if you keep an eye on it, the stamina will go all the way to the bottom. It'll go red, it'll flash for a second, and then when it's finished doing all that, it will go back up to the top, it'll recover, and while it does that, your food depletes, and you'll see the food icon as it gets closer and closer for you being able to poo. The food icon will flash, and then eventually you'll get to the stage where you can use the toilet. There we go. We've actually got there without the Stam Drain. So you're going to have to take my word for that now. I haven't seen any Alpha Rexes this round, which is not unusual. That does happen. You do get a lot of rounds where you don't get Alpha Rexes necessarily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep going, and I'll bring you back when we get an Alpha Rex that we can test against. All right, what have we got here? We got 486. All right, well, that's not bad. That's quite similar to the last one, actually. So let's track its health. We can still go to the toilet. Can I get out, or am I stuck? Seem to be stuck. That's less than ideal, I'm going to be honest, because I don't want to kill anything else. Okay, we got the Rock Drake, that's good. So now I'm going to try and get the toilet buff. I don't want to kill anything else other than the Rex, otherwise it's going to kind of ruin the experiment. So let's do the poo like that. Let's just go screenshot, XP before. kill him. XP after. Nice. All right. Well, so I'm going to put the results on the screen and we can tell who the winner is. I'm reasonably confident it's going to be the tech rifle method, I'm going to be honest. But, you know, I could be wrong. Let's see. So there we go. That's it. I'm going to finish off the next couple of waves on this drop. And then I'll bring you back, like, I think this is wave 6. So we've got to do to the end of wave 7. And so I'll wrap that wave 7 up, and then we'll look at how we finish the drop off. Probably going to try and get my next level while I'm at it, to be fair, because I've only got a little bit to go before I get to my next level. So again, the method here is, as I've already shown you, we'll do that. We're going to go like that. We're going to kill all the stuff around it. We're going to bring the health of the alpha down quick as we can. 23, one more bite, gets down to 7. Now here, be careful getting off the Rex, off the Karcher, because you don't want to get off as this guy's biting in case he hits your character. But I've still got the toilet buff going. Gonna get this guy as quick as I can. There we go. 12 seconds left on the toilet buff. I can now end the OSD defense. Like that. There we go. But don't eject any items yet. So you want to go around and kill stuff first. And you want to pick up your structures before you eject items, because what will happen when you eject items, let's just get rid of this guy left over as well. When you eject the items, it will start a self-destruct sequence for the drop. And when the drop self-destructs, it will destroy all the structures in the area. So that includes all the stuff that you've got here. Well, there we go. So that's how I do a purple drop, and that's how I got my main character to level 195. That's how you can do it too. Hitting the high points, put gates around the drop. Don't put the force field around the drop. It just slows down the dinosaurs heading towards it. Put your force field off to the side. As soon as you get your force field active, put down a couple of foundations, put down a water tank, and put down a toilet. Yep, so that you can get the toilet buff. You can put anything else you want in that force field. Be careful of the fact that the wyverns can shoot their fire through the force field, so anything in there will still get hit by fire. So if you've got an alt character sitting on a dino, it will get hit, and reapers can fire their balls through there as well, so be wary of that. The other thing that I'd mention is that if you've got an alt character or you've got another tribe member, you can actually put a dinosaur in there with that tribe member sitting on it, and it will get passive XP from the drop while you're killing things. So if you're leveling up a character and you've got another character or another tribe member sitting on a dinosaur, you can actually get passively a full 88 levels on that dino. It's a great method for leveling up your boss dinos. So use that if you can. It's awesome. Okay, so when you're killing your alpha, make sure that you use your broth of enlightenment. Make sure that you get your food down, your food drained, so that you get that white icon. Go to the toilet, get your 2-minute toilet buff. Get the health of the alpha down using the Karcher, and then fly up in the air and finish it off with a rifle. I use a tech rifle only because you get lots of element from purple drops, so it's pretty plentiful. You can use a shotgun if you want, an assault rifle, whatever it is, whatever your rifle of preference is, but I just prefer to use the tech rifle. It's easier for me. Spiked walls. I didn't mention this during the actual thing, waves itself, but don't use spiked walls. Don't place spiked walls around the area where the dinos spawn for the drop. What happens is they get caught up on them and they despawn. And what will happen is you will lose more alphas than actually get through to the drop. And what that means is that you don't get the XP from killing them. You don't get it if they die on your spiked walls. So you just lose out entirely. That is a massive issue. So don't place spiked walls. You just don't need them. Okay, I think that's it. Look, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Just to round off, we definitively proved that the Karcher Myth is exactly that. It is a myth. So don't use your max cap level Karcher to kill the alphas. You are not getting the same amount of XP as if you kill them yourself. You are best killing them with the tech rifle or with a rifle, as I mentioned before. So, as I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop me a like, maybe subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Llama, and I'm out of here.